Glendale or work in Glendale, we encourage you to go to that. That's this Saturday from 11 to 2 p.m. And basically, if you've been on Arts Off, it's
yes. And for Tech Week, if you're interested in hosting an event for Glendale Tech Week, please come see me or Savannah. Events can include things like networking mixers, work showcases, anything. It's up to you and your company. With that, I also wanted to quickly announce a contest that we are doing. The cities of Glendale, Burbank, and Pasadena are working together to brand the Northeast LA region a region for tech. There's Silicon Valley and there's Silicon Beach, but we think that the Northeast LA region of Glendale, Burbank, and Pasadena is a tech hub in its own right. So we're ready to go full force with creating a branding initiative to reflect that.
And they're competing with each other. And a little bit about me, so I didn't say anything, I'm sorry. I've been in virtual reality since I'm a kid. I love this. And I've been, with my company XMod, we have been developing virtual reality software across the industry in the last 6 years. And lately we've been funded to create our own platform, which is a VR platform for the creation of virtual reality. So basically our platform will allow people to create VR. So unlike the internet where you have WordPress and you have different websites, you need to be a professional to create them. We want in our VR internet, which is called Network, anybody to create virtual reality world and experiences. That's just a short intro about us. Cases of virtual reality. Macy's, I think for me, it's my favorite one because they actually showed how much VR can help in business by integrating virtual reality into Macy's locations. And they're using it to sell furniture. So why is it happening? Why is it helping? Because when people go to the store and they see the furniture and they have a floor plan, they can like, okay, this is how it's gonna look and everything. But then they come home and it's not what they want. So there's returns. So with Macy's VR experience, they got to less than 2% returns because of virtual reality. Plus, they increase their sales in 60% because it's more fun to buy like this when you have your floor plan in VR and you can buy furniture. So Macy's really released those numbers. They're real and they're integrating VR now in almost every location. Of course, we don't have real holograms yet, unfortunately. So we have glasses with technology that projects it in front of our eyes. The cool thing about this technology is that the application of this technology are beyond belief, just like VR, right? So the most amazing application of it was the Pokemon Go, as everybody knows. And that's what, actually, I really like this. I really appreciate them because they put AR on the map. I'm serious with them. So, but besides games, you can use AR for multiple things. Like imagine one day with wearable device you put on your head instead of your phone, which will be just like your glasses. You'll be able to get to anywhere you want without looking at your phone like this. You know, without looking at your phone like this. Or advertising, you'll be able to look at stores, look at locations, and you will have like, what's the sale here? What is Yelp? You know, like Yelp in AR and stuff. So that's great. I have a friend actually who's doing that. He have a truck. This is crazy, right? Advertising truck. It drives in the world and it advertises stuff. And now he's doing a project with the Yeti movie. I forgot how Abdelmo. I don't remember. But basically, I'm probably going to do it with him, and it will be an AR experience. So they park the car, and they have AR, and people will be able to interact with the experience of the Yeti car. Of course, the technology is getting smaller, and together with 5G, which lets us basically have only a screen and play Call of Duty on our literally like screen like this. We don't need the processors, right? If you know what it is. Yeah, that's the more crazy part of VR, and I'm actually part of also development of this thing. I will not mention it probably, but neurological VR is a thing as well, and it will come because a lot of companies, including Elon Musk, is doing that, right? They have the Neuralink, I think, and is creating a machine-brain interface, which allows us to interact with machines, upload our information and everything. But that day, VR will become really not just a experience like similar to reality, but an additional reality. So that's coming as well.
The founder and CEO of a company called Positron. We're actually headquartered here in Glendale, and we focus on producing a platform for cinematic VR, so focused on storytelling. Our platform is you can see a picture right here. It looks like this egg-shaped chair that has motion, haptics, even smells, and we use it with brands and studios to bring VR to location-based entertainment as well as events and different kinds of marketing activations. So I'd like to just spend a few minutes telling you about how brands and studios are using VR for immersive storytelling, why they're doing this home theater at home with 4K streaming. There's maybe a little less motivation to go out of your house to the movie theater. Going out shopping used to be another activity that people would do, but there's less and less reasons to physically go into a store and buy products when you can often find them sometimes for less online. You're able to shop from the convenience of your home. So what is going to attract people to the brands and to the content that the studios are making to get them outside? So we are today, it's a lot about offering consumers, and particularly the millennial generation, an experience that they simply cannot get at home. Something that cannot be streamed, something that is not purely digital, but involves something that's more immersive and requires really a level of technology and a physical immersion. Some examples of how VR is being used today and this out-of-home environment, location-based entertainment. There's 3 companies I can point to, and Michael earlier mentioned one of them, The Void, which has a location here in Glendale. It's an awesome experience. If you haven't done it, try it out. They have it at the Glendale Galleria. You can become a stormtrooper in the Star Wars universe and go around with your friends, see each other in VR, and go on a mission. It was kind of a childhood dream come true for me to step into that and become part of the Star Wars world for a few minutes. Dreamscape is another one where you're able to enter and walk into a world and feel like you're stepping inside of a film. And then Dave & Buster's last year implemented their first ever VR game with the Motion Simulator platform, where you're part of the Jurassic World universe and have to escape the dinosaurs that are after you. With introduction of how Positron started creating cinematic VR theaters and how we specifically work with Universal and IMAX as studios to do the Buddy VR experience. So see if I have more luck with the video. Part of the vision for this was, how can we create a VR theater? How do you get people to come and watch VR in a similar fashion to the way we watch movies today? We built a chair with a small footprint that allowed motorized robotic rotation as well as leaning back and forth. There's something very powerful about the sense that you're able to have some motion through the space.
We created one of the world's first cinematic VR theater using our software and hardware platform.
Voyager debuted at the Sundance Film Festival and showcased the world premieres of Sundance VR films, setting a new standard for how VR content would be exhibited. Voyager represents, for us, the future of VR cinema, access data of multiple Voyagers synchronized together that allows users to feel completely immersed in the narrative story.
What we want to do is be able to bring that where people are able to access virtual reality in a way that they cannot do in their homes.
Well, we're here at South by, first time ever that a theater has been put together for cinematic VR.
20 people will come in, sit on the chair, and then the whole experience will start together.
But it's been quite challenging from the manufacturing all the way through the software.
Universal Studios and IMAX were looking for a way to deliver the Mummy VR experience starring Tom Cruise, and we turned to Positron to deliver its Voyager VR theater system. Positron was involved in delivering, setting up, and programming the content on its Voyager VR platform.
I'd had this idea of creating a zero-G sequence for some time. How do we put them right on the HSC? It's always my goal.
I'm excited about seeing this particular piece, the mummy, in that it's got kind of the G-force weightlessness.
Now we're putting up. Now everything is ready. So the blood starts draining. Back towards your feet. Now lift your arms up much bigger.
There is a moment when that chair slightly moves, you feel like you might actually be having blood rush from head to feet. It really gets you into that.
The cruise is right there. You can't not react to that.
I love kind of watching the sort of eye-opening joy that we bring to people.
Once it was on, I was just like, whoa, I'm kind of like zoned out of the world.
Every Voyager also includes haptic feedback, physical audio embedded right into the fabric as part of the chair.
Like I could feel the bass coming through my back, basically. So I was like, oh, it's like there's a voice coming out of me.
That moment where you really go out with Tom Cruise is really amazing. This is completely immersive in the most joyful way.
We have a film background as well as an engineering background. So part of what we're offering with Voyager is not just a chair to use, but a whole set of tools for creators to start directing and guiding the viewer through the story that they want to tell.
It's really about complementing the experience, and through that process, we greatly reduce motion sickness.
So we're looking forward to collaborating not just with Universal Studios and IMAX that we have. And Russian Copper Corporation wanted to deliver a very premium high-end experience to explain how their mining operations worked, and something that most people would never get to do, go deep below into a mine in Siberia. They were able to do this through this VR experience. Draper Labs, another one of our clients, is using the technology not for entertainment, but more really as an educational tool. Among many of the things they do, Draper has developed a cellular immunotherapy technology to fight things like sickle cell disease and certain forms of blood cancer. And being able to explain and illustrate what this medical breakthrough looks like was something that they chose to do in VR and provide that through this cinematic experience. And lastly, this is something that was very recent, one of my favorite projects that we did. We teamed up with Walmart and DreamWorks. The movie How to Train Your Dragon. Anyone a fan here of the How to Train Your Dragon movies? If you haven't seen them, highly recommend them. I thought they were just for kids, but they got me hooked. We had a 5-minute experience that allowed you to essentially be in the world of How to Train Your Dragon. You could sit on one of the dragons from the film and ride it. The way Walmart got involved is they became a producer on the project through one of their VR companies called Spatialand, and it built a trailer carrying this small VR theater to Walmarts around the country, allowing people to come do the experience. The experience was free. So that was a successful activation that we were able to
Oh,